Good day, good love, and great light illuminators and way showers. Thank you, thank you. It is an honor to be with you today on this energetically 999 day. Once again, we have the opportunity to celebrate this magnification of completions. So as I record this today, it is 9/18/2025. And each one is 9. Each number equals 999. So once again, we have the opportunity this month, and probably I think the last of this year. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that, but of this 999 energy. So I've been painting a lot. It's been a long time since I've done a video like this. I feel it almost feels a little bit strange for me. I've been spending a lot of time outdoors as much as possible. I've been doing a lot of painting too. I've been exploring my artistic side, that the multidimensional people that we are. I've been really exploring my artistic side and have been really diving deep into that, taking online art courses and just really enjoying that. And today, as I was cleaning up my art supplies, I remembered all of a sudden it was like 9/18. Oh, it's 9/18. And I've known all day that 9/18, if you're new to my channel, when I very first started my channel, my dog Ranger was with me. And he was with me for pretty much every single video, outdoors, indoors. He was always somewhere next to me, around me. And today I'm celebrating and honoring his birthday. Though he has transitioned over the Rainbow Bridge. I think of him every time I see 9/18 on the clock too. I think of him as well, because that was his birthday. So maybe some of you can relate to that, that who may have also had loved furry friends transition. And sometimes you think of, maybe sometimes you think of their birthday when you see the numbers on the clock, etc. So that's just a little synchronicity. But I realized today, I was like, wow, it's a 999 day. It was like all day long. It didn't really occur to me. and actually, being that it's a 999 day, it also, 9 times 3 is 27, and 27, 2 and 7 equals 9. So it's a spectacularly powerful 9 day. And if you are familiar with my channel, my videos over the years, or if you are, maybe you're not familiar with the sacred circuits that I've been sharing, that I've received, that we received through Bashar. I've done lots and lots of videos on them. I've got number 9 sacred circuit right here. And so I've got the sheet here in front of me. So here's the number 9 close up. Receive. So I was just in this energy, this abundant energy of receiving, and feeling like, okay, what messages do we need to receive together today? And so this is completely impromptu, unplanned. So as you can see, I didn't dress for the occasion, and I probably still got paint on my hands. But there was just something that said, let's pull 9 cards. It's been a long time. What I was going to say was, I've been sharing these other parts of the card readings on my oh my gosh, I've got so many things on my mind right now. I'm sharing my art on my Shamanic Spirit Art YouTube channel, if that's something that interests you. That I just been sharing little bits and pieces of things that I've been working on and exploring, playing with in my own artistic endeavors. And my Hourglass Oracle YouTube channel is really dedicated to simply oracle readings. And it came to pass because of I have an hourglass behind me, and I found it in a shop one day, and just thought that sounded, it was kind of like the idea that everything within the hourglass sort of reminded me of sort of like everything in creation, and that when you're flipping it up and down, it's sort of like we're always all part of the same hourglass, and we're always receiving information from that same someplace in that same hourglass, and how we go through cycles. And if every one of us are a grain of sand within that hourglass, that we're all at some point flipping and touching each other infinitely, and the symbol of the hourglass being the infinity sign as well, if you will. So that's kind of how that idea was born. And so I've been sort of splitting these things out. And of course, this channel dedicated to light languages, and channeling all of the different energies and entities over the years. But I started here reading oracle cards also on this channel. So I guess I was just sort of feeling that we call it nostalgic, even though everything is now, and we're creating everything now. But I got this, just this spark of wanting to honor those years with Ranger, and how my channel and how all of this began for me. And I was also excited to, well, I was guided to, I heard pull 9 cards. So I thought, well, let's just start with randomly pulling 9 cards and see what messages are we to receive today. So thank you for opening your heart, your mind, your consciousness to remembering that we're all in the same beautiful hourglass together. We're all having infinite cycles of rememberings and forgettings and beginnings and completions. And the very first, I randomly just grabbed a bunch of decks here, and this one is the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses. And the very first card is Angel of Finances. Honor and give thanks for the blessings you are about to receive. So we take this moment to honor all that has been, that we understand as linear creation, because knowing that it's all now, that everything within that hourglass is accessible always, from a different perspective. And so I take this moment to honor these messages that we are here to receive from our angels, our guides, our ancestors, our furry friends. They, for sure, are our guides. And now we have our Abby, and she's now with us, all the time. And Yakasama Shavish Shimotovi, Ayatokiyama, always reminding us that there are beautiful cycles of beginnings and endings. Ilyashano Kotokuya. Honor and give thanks for the blessings you are about to receive. Yakosapashana Tiato. Ninaya sopashono akinaha nimaliva soshu he nayahi nimalivea somaru ashanaki. Oh, when we really wrap ourselves into the energy of the unconditional love of our guides. We are in the energy of receiving those messages of love. Oh, and the next one, Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. Another powerful reminder for us today that our magic is all within us. There is nothing outside of that hourglass. There is nothing outside of our consciousness. All of our consciousness is all of consciousness. We are a part of all of that consciousness. So the magic is always within. that consciousness. Always. It is always there, right there. And even when we're not seeing something as magical, we have the opportunity to still experience something as magical simply by rearranging that grain of sand and which perspective we're seeing all of the other grains of sand in that now moment. This is messages from our animal spirit guides. So as we embrace our animal spirit guides right now, I don't know that there's, even as a parent and, mother, sister, daughter, I don't think that I've ever experienced the unconditional love that from another human that I have from our animal companions, because they have no judgment of us. They just love, and we're being invited to just love, and it begins here, loving that magic within us. A grouse. Who would have thought? Express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. So there's a message for you to receive. You're receiving the invitation right now to do more drumming, do more dancing. Dave and I were out there the other night down at our gazebo, sleeping out in the tent all weekend. And we even have a channel about our about our backyard camping, if that's something that excites you. And just listening to music. We love playing the shamanic drum here. So this is and I was dancing. We were, dancing until the middle of the night. Oh, and here he comes now. Okay, so we left off at the grouse. Express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. So you're being invited. We are all being invited. We're receiving the message to get moving. Drumming, dancing, rhythm, music. We had so much fun just listening to music and dancing out under the stars. Simple but exciting pleasures. And the idea of rhythm too, that the rhythm and movement. I was just thinking rhythm and movement are the way our soul expresses itself through the human body and through the spirit and connection to this physical creation that we remember. Our body is in our consciousness, so we become in tune when we are moving. We're becoming more in tune, in rhythm with our inner the creation, the connection between this consciousness and the creation. I lost my train of thought. It's how could I? It's the connection of your soul through this physical manifestation that it has created when we are reminded that our body is within our consciousness. It is within our soul. It is our soul expressing itself from a physical perspective. I'm going to move on to the next card. So let's just see which comes up next. Oh, Panda. Create a sacred space for yourself in your home and or place of work. You are being invited to create a sacred space for yourself, whether it's a little corner of your desk at work, whether it's a little corner in your room. I have a little room upstairs that as I use for a multiple purpose studio. I do videos up there, card readings, I meditate, I stretch, I've got my yoga mat up there, I paint, that's where I create art. So you're being invited in this. Oftentimes we make excuses or reasons why we don't deserve that little space in our place, and this time of completion is the time to complete the cycles of the beliefs that you are not unlimited and that you are completely deserving of absolutely every pleasure. And there was a time when I didn't have that kind of space, and all I kept thinking was one day, of course we're making it all up now, but I always thought, wow, how great it would be to have my own space, and that I manifested. And so oftentimes we feel like we don't deserve that space, and this is also to remind us to complete that cycle. And I was reminded also, as I took a quick surprise lunch break, that it from the 999 portal of this month to now 918 has also been 9 days, and it's as if there was these pillars of completion, and that was significant in this year being the 2025 year, extremely significant, that like the last 9 days, for example, for me, so many things that even though they're not grandeur things, but they were life-altering changes and completions in the way that of my own thinking. And and as a human collective consciousness, are also being invited to complete this cycle of I'm hearing diminishment, of self-diminishment, that the whole point of awakening is to remind ourselves that we are a part of all that is. Again, and I grabbed the hourglass there. That's the idea that everything, every single thing is within consciousness. And we are sharing these connections, every single grain of sand that moves back and forth in these cycles. And this year is we're receiving the remembering that we have everything that we need to complete any cycle that we choose. There is no outside to look for. This is the permission to allow ourselves to complete these cycles. And I just happen to be looking down at these animal cards, and the walrus: remain vigilant about current situation, pay attention to signs and omens, and let them dictate your choices. Once again, we're being reminded that we are telepathic beings, that when we are creating our reality for us, by us, leaving ourselves breadcrumbs, and we're being invited to be remaining vigilant on paying attention to the signs and synchronicities that happen in our life. And as I think back, even myself right now on these last 9 days, and how I have been vigilantly following my own omens and signs and synchronicities. And as a result, have changed my choices, and the way I have been believing things, believing. Oh, sorry, I'm tongue-tied. In believing certain things and changing those beliefs by paying attention to the signs and synchronicities and then following them, it allowed me to dictate the better choices for myself. And I've seen that, and I didn't even think about it until now, about the significance of this last 9 days for me. And really even the 9 days preceding that, from the beginning of this 9 month, as I'm, we're creating our reality now, but as I'm looking back linearly at my own circumstances and how the changes, the frequency of the synchronicities and how it changed my choices. And I guess I didn't, and this reading is as much for me as it is for anybody else, that paying attention to those signs and symbols and omens. Maybe you are being invited right now to think about the past 9 days and the past, this whole month, this whole 999 energy of this year, and what have you already completed. Maybe it hasn't even dawned on you that you've changed, that something significant, even from something simple, has changed. And the next card up, the healer, number 8. I am loving and compassionate and able to bring healing to others. Perhaps this is something that you have been looking, have been seeing the signs and synchronicities and omens from your higher self, that you are a healer, that it's time for you to move into that role in a different way, a bigger way, or completing something, completing the belief, perhaps, that you were looking for some sign that says, I am a healer. There's your sign. There's your sign. That you already have the ability within you. And I'm looking at the crystal. I remember this card from not too long ago too. The crystal in her hand. This is Dave's Lemurian crystal, but a big symbol, a big sign for you. And the Lemurian, the healing. Actually, where's my Lemurian deck? Did I grab it? I'll have to grab it. So this is a reminder to you that you are loving and compassionate and able to bring healing to others. If there has been a doubt in your mind, this is the time to complete those doubtful thoughts. Let's see, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then moving on over this deck. And I was just thinking again about creating a sacred space for ourselves, and I'm fortunate to have a lot of little sacred spaces around me for the different aspects of the ways that my soul wants to express itself, and giving myself permission to not label a certain place or space or room in my home as something, sorry about that, my air conditioner, to not label these spaces, to allow myself the opportunity to have, wherever I am in my house, little, to make the space feel sacred. Oh, and the next card, Lord, take charge with authority. You are being invited to take charge of your life, of your choices with authority. And actually, I'm almost up on my time here. I've got my hourglass. I didn't start it right at the correct time, but it's a 30-minute hourglass. I told myself, I said, that's a long enough video. You are the Lord of your creation. Everything is in your consciousness. Take charge of your being with authority. Make the choices that are the most I hear all these words, powerful, again, oftentimes we feel as if we don't deserve to create the life that we desire. This is the opportunity to close again, to complete the thoughts that no longer serve us and take charge of what we know is our truth and take charge of that with authority. Card number 8, spring. See your seeds grow. I seem to pull this card a lot. Once again, by following the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities, the omens, we are literally seeing the creation of our seeds growing. And I'm noticing too, so we've got the rabbit and the plants behind it. I'm not really sure exactly what plant that is. So regardless of what season it is, and actually here we're moving into autumn, so in the southern hemisphere it's moving into spring. But what I'm hearing is when we're taking charge of our own godship, lordship, with authority, we begin to understand how we're seeing the seeds of our thoughts, of those thoughts growing. And I'm as I followed this month myself, my own signs and synchronicities, and even with respect to taking art classes and taking that further in my life, I'm seeing my own seeds grow. I'm literally, I'm actually using art supplies that I've been collecting in my physical reality for decades now. And now I'm actually seeing those seeds grow. That part of me that has been longing to express itself in a brand new way. And how can you look at your now moment and appreciate and love and see your seeds that have grown, and what cycles have you completed, and to recognize that I'm hearing seeds of consciousness, that the seeds of our consciousness are always growing, and we're being asked to, by our guides more fully, to appreciate that which we have planted, and to see those the seeds of our own creations by the signs, symbols, and omens, and even these repeating numbers, and this 9999 day. Just listening for more thoughts. So let's see, where are we at? 8th card. Okay, so the last card. Let's see. Who wants to share? So the last message to receive today. I guess this for me seems like it's all over the place a little bit, but it's like everything, all of these messages are so interconnected in my consciousness. It's often challenging for me to say all that I'm seeing and hearing. 34, Earth Angel. I am a guardian of Mother Earth and protect all who live on her. And we can look at protect in a lot of ways. But we are all guardians of Mother Earth in this now moment that we define as Mother Earth, and taking care of all who live on her. And that is each and every one of us. Of course, all the animals, every creature, everything. Reminding all of us that together now we are guardians of this beautiful place that we have all co-created together. And we are each other's guardians. We are each other's lights as well. And as we express our guardianship, we are more and more fully in tune with each other's harmonic sequence. There's words that there's this harmonic sequence of all Earth inhabitants. Well, I hope some of these messages were clear and somewhat helpful. I am so filled with love and messages, and it is always an honor for me to receive the guidance to bring forth messages in the moment. So I hope these 9 messengers, and I thank these 9 messengers for the messages that we have received today. And I thank all of you, messengers and earth angels, for moving through the sands of time with me. And we are all timeless living lights. The Vesmasho Uju Marokovipe Inaya Kotovayas Barabasmalava Kromaki Tazana Inina Topalava Koporopo Ijananina Niazo Kotovalia Basatashi Kizana Atokotovisha Tayana. Ni naya soku ashono heza. Siava sopo shono ma kiatoto. Viashanatian.